This is an installation and user video for your digital license for the Fibonacci extension fan in NinjaTrader8. Before you start, please ensure you have the latest version of NT8, and if you don't, travel over to the NinjaTrader website to access the latest download. If you're unsure of which version of NinjaTrader you have, access the control panel within NT8, go to Help, then About, and then you'll get an information window pop up that states the version currently installed. Now to the installation of your custom add-on. First up, you would have received a delivery email containing an FTP site link that contains your digital download. Download the file from that FTP link to your Downloads folder. Then save off to your digital storage device or computer. You'll need to access this saved file in the next step, or if you ever need to reinstall your custom indicator. Next, open your NinjaTrader8 platform, go to Control Center, and then select Tools from the main menu bar. From the drop-down menu, select Import, then select NinjaScript Add-on, and from there you'll be prompted to select the file name of the custom add-on of the tool you're looking to import. In this case, the CT Fibonacci Extension Fan. So navigate to your saved location of that zip file that you downloaded in the previous step. Select that file, and from there you should see a pop-up window on your Control Center panel that asks you to accept third-party add-ons. Now this message is asking you to only accept add-ons from a trusted source, and as you have purchased from a NinjaTrader approved ecosystem vendor, you can safely tick yes to that prompt. If everything has gone to plan with the prior steps, you'll get a confirmation pop-up window to say your NinjaScript archive file has been successfully imported. To access the tool, next step is to navigate to the Indicators panel from any chart. From the directory of indicators, scroll down until you see CT Fibonacci Extension Fan, highlight the indicator via mouse click, then select Add, and the indicator should populate to the Configured panel on the left-hand side of the panel. Push OK. You'll be returned to the chart itself now, and you'll see the EF icon populated to the taskbar as illustrated. EF stands for Extension Fan. To populate the fan to the chart area, click on the EF button, then click on the chart itself. You can also change the fan direction manually by grabbing the grey movement arm like this. When highlighted, the movement arm is also used to remove the fan from any chart. Now let's take a look at the optional features in the Properties panel that you can access. First up, the Magnetic Ends feature. To turn this feature on, navigate to the Indicator panel, highlight CT Fibonacci Extension Fan in the Configured panel on the left-hand side. Now on the right-hand side, under Parameters, tick on the Magnetic Ends Point feature. Click OK and return to the chart. When you now load a fan to any chart, this feature is now active. It's engaged via the grey movement or casting arm of the fan. Notice that if you highlight this casting arm, 3 dots will appear. The idea is to place these two extreme end dots in near proximity to the low or high involved in your casting protocol. It's all about placing your cursor in relative proximity to that point. The feature then anticipates the point you are directing it to, and then with your next mouse click you'll see the arm auto snap with precision to that price high or low. And this of course overcomes any user error in that placement process. If you have a line chart selected with this feature turned on as opposed to a candle or bar chart, hover the movement arm around the closing low or closing high involved in your casting selection, and then the feature will auto snap to that point. Make sure you babysit the auto snap process, because if no snap occurs, it means you have to direct either of the outer 2 dots of the movement arm in just a bit closer proximity to the identified high or low you've selected. Now let's take a look at the feature named Extension Arm, which you'll find in the Parameters menu in the Properties panel. When selected as on, this feature plots a forward trajectory and does so with precision of the movement arm, which we'll call the 0 point of the fan. Here it is in action. To disable either of these additional features, simply remove the tick in the parameters box. A couple of further user options. You can change line display options like color, line type and thickness within the properties panel of the indicator. You may also change percentage values of the splay lines. You may also populate new fields to add additional lines from the default. And of course you may unclick all the default options too and pare the fan down to having no extension lines at all. You may devise your own template which you save via this pathway. And to restore to default installation, simply select Reset, which is in the Sub Template menu here, down right hand side of the indicator panel.